What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this rainy Thursday. I'm doing real good myself. Uh, I come across this story right here that comes out of The Root. And this is ever so more the reason why, as black people here in this country, have to be so much more vigilant, you understand, in our day to day lives, because as the time is nearing for the extinction of a certain race of people who is featured in this particular story right here. They are getting bolder and bolder and bolder. Actually, they're reflecting back to the way they were back in like what is called Jim Crow era, and on back. Okay, again, bolder and bolder and bolder. Even the women, you see this woman right here in the middle. You understand? And so much to the point, they're disrespecting black people, not only on the streets, threatening their lives or whatever, but also in their homes, coming to their homes. I've seen old racist ass cowboy movies, especially the ones that Fred Williamson done back in the day, called I think it was Joshua and Boss Nigga. Old movies like that, and you'll get this posse of low life reprobate ass pigskin white men. You understand, with nasty ass attitude that will go and pillage a black man and his wife, home, and the kid. And of course, you know what I mean, they would go in there, kill the black man, kill, any of the children or whatever. One child may have escaped. And of course, they would rape the black woman. You understand? Well, guess what? This attitude is still prevalent to this day. You understand? I mean, it's getting even more stronger within them. But as that attitude grows in them to the point to where we're going to take back, we're going to show and establish dominance, we must also build a resistance to not put up with this kind of bullshit and send these motherfuckers who do things like this on to their glorious hell. You see what I'm saying? Because they always say this little thing. They always say, I'll see you in hell. Send them there. Because ain't nobody got no business trying to do what these motherfuckers did in this particular story right here. Now, to get into the story, it says here, 3 suspects charged in home invasion of black family in Michigan. Family says racial slurs were shouted. Okay? And I guess this is the 3 right here who did this. Okay? Now, it says, just after midnight on Monday, a mother and her 2 children were awakened by sounds of intruders breaking into their Walled Lake, Michigan home. The mother of 13-year-old son heard the commotion and swiftly woke up his 9-year-old brother. Moments later, the 2 boys' mother was in their room, armed with a gun and shooting through the bedroom window at the intruders. Okay? She did the right thing. See, this is how you deal with this kind of situation, all right? To continue, she called for her husband, who was working overnight in Detroit while all of this was going on, and he said he could hear the attackers using the N-word while threatening his family. 2 white men and 1 white woman were charged in the home invasion and have had their bonds set, which is, of course, concerning to the community and especially the family whose home they allegedly invaded. All right. They shouldn't even get a bond. Number 1, they shouldn't even get a bond. Now, they can see, and this is another thing, this privilege and the way the law slapped them on the wrist. You understand? Now, more than likely, all they're going to do is make them pay a fine or some shit like this. Maybe some anger management classes or some shit like that, and then turn them loose, But to continue, I can hear everything. Them kicking and banging down the door. Whatever they were doing, the husband and father told local news station WDIV4, I heard the first shot, and that's when she They were in the house. That's what it says. I can hear the guy saying, I'm going to kill you, the N word, and all that. This is what he said. See, now they ain't had no business doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I'm saying, obviously this lady, this sister who was firing the gun had poor aim, uh, because these gunshots didn't seem to deter these lowlifes from doing what they were doing. Okay? And this happened in Michigan, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing, you know, about situations like this. Now, you hear about these damn shootings and drive-by shootings, you know, Detroit, Michigan, Chicago, and all that. You know, even where I live, you hear about this stuff. But it always seems like these kind of people seem to survive situations like this. I just don't understand it. Okay? Now, it says here, the husband said he dropped everything, got in his car, and headed home. By the time he arrived, police had 3 white people in custody. It was a hate crime, the husband said. The Walled Lake family believes the attack was racially motivated. They knew that we were were a black family. I'm always on the motorcycle, the husband said. He said he's proud his wife knows how to shoot a gun and that she did everything she could to protect their family. My wife did what she had to do, he said. When you have kids, you do what you got to do. All right. And that's true. But, you know, like, if she going to shoot that gun, man, she needs some damn firing lessons. You know what I'm saying? Then that way she ain't just wasting bullets. Because I'm just saying they kept continuing to do this shit, right? Now, to continue, none of the family members have been identified by name, but the accused intruders have. The Detroit News reports that Michael Graves, 47, and Brandon Odegaard, 37, have been charged with first-degree home invasion and ethnic intimidation. Macy Pettigrew, 25, was charged with first-degree aiding and abetting home invasion and ethnic intimidation. All 3 felony home invasion charges are punishable by up to 20 years in prison and a fine of $5,000, while the ethnic intimidation charges are felonies punishable by up to 2 years and a $5,000 fine. All right. Well, like I said, more than likely they won't get that. You know, they won't get that. I'm serious. This kind of shit really, you know what I mean, really boils my blood, to be honest with you. Okay. But let me continue. I want to be very clear that I have zero tolerance for hate crimes. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald said, the news reports, hate has no place in Oakland County, and I will do everything in my power to hold those who attempt to threaten or harm our residents accountable. While 3 alleged invaders are admitted to struggling with drug abuse, they all pleaded not guilty to the charges, and Graves and Odegaard were both given a $500,000 cash surety bond, while Pettigrew's bond was set at $350,000. WDIV 4 reports. Slapping them on the wrist, man. Like I said, they shouldn't even get a bond, you know. And well, what if they go back? You see what I'm saying? This is why the father, you know what I mean? The wife, you know, y'all need to be prepared to, if they come back, to make sure they never come back again. You know, that's what this comes down to. It goes on to say, there is concern regarding the proximity of the defendant to the alleged victims and that a GPS tether would not be utilized due to the significant proximity of the 2 residents. A pretrial service person told WDIV, the victims of the invasion and the accused don't know each other, but because they live in such close proximity, one would think that any reasonable person would see that as enough reason to keep the alleged attackers locked up. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But the but the presiding judge ruled that if they are bonded out, they may only go to and from court, medical, attorney, and testing. And they must have no contact with the family at all. Both men accused in the incident, much of which was caught on camera, have histories of violence. Graves reportedly had several outstanding warrants for assault, battery, and failure to appear in court. Patigra has one prior conviction on her criminal record. According to the news, all three suspects are still currently in Oakland County Jail. Right there. Now, you tell me what some motherfuckers like this, with the kind of criminal background that they have, going to have respect. They don't even respect the fucking judicial system. So you gonna tell me they ain't gonna go back and try this shit again? All I can say to the people that this happened, that they did this to, again, be prepared for them, and when they come back, make sure they never go back or come back to their house. Come back to your house again. That's the only thing I say. Matter of fact, make sure they never even go back to their own house. Only 2 stops from that point on. Just say that. Just 2. And I think you guys can discern what I'm talking about. Okay? Let's check this video out.
But first, an early morning home invasion in Walled Lake is caught on camera. We'll tell you what we're learning about this potential motive and this incident. It tops our show here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. This is the surveillance video of the crime. It happened just after midnight on Indianwood Trail near South Commerce Road. Let's check in with our Priya Mann. She joins us now live this afternoon in Walled Lake. Pretty scary situation here, Priya. What are you learning?
Yeah, absolutely, Evrod. There's a lot of moving parts here that police are investigating, but here's what we can confirm. This morning, police have 2 white men and a white woman in custody. The victim in this case believes their family was targeted because they're black. Take a look at the surveillance video from earlier this morning. The alleged home invasion happening around 12:30 this morning on Indianwood Trail in Walled Lake. Now, at the time, a mom and her 2 kids were home. The kids are only 9 and 13 years old. 3 guys who also brought 3 dogs with them, one had a knife, one had a club, beat down the door, said they were going to kill the family, and used racial expletives. The 3 people then kicked in the door. The mom fired a shot at them. That shot missed and hit the family's truck. Now, her husband works overnights in Detroit, and he describes a phone call he will never forget from his wife.
Well, I get the phone call, and I can hear everything on the phone. I can hear them banging, kicking in the door, or banging it down, whatever they were doing. And the kids weren't screaming, but I can hear my wife telling me exactly what they're doing. And I hear the bangs and all that. Then I hear the guys saying, I'm gonna kill you, the N-word and all that.
Now, at this time, the 3 have not been charged. We're waiting on police and the prosecutor's office to see what happens in this case. Police are saying they got multiple calls this morning for shots fired, including from inside the home. And at one point, one of the children who was frightened called police saying that people were coming inside the home. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story and bring you the latest developments. Reporting from Walled Lake, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Now, well, you guys seen that. It's been said so many times by, I've seen like on Facebook or even in the comment sections, of YouTube and black social media. When it comes to situations like this, where somebody, would say, careful white wannabe supremacists or whatever, we are not our ancestors, okay? We'll kick your ass. But guess what? Our ancestors did fight. As a matter of fact, they fought so hard, and I don't mean just by marching and singing. They fought so hard to where it made it to where we would have things even easier, from that moment on, from that point back then up to where we are now, to the point to where we got comfortable and we're not fighting. You understand? So then I'm saying this. For all those ones that will say, hey, we'll kick your ass, I think it's time to start showing that. Basically, that's what it all boils down to. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are, This is James, and I'm out. Peace.